Hello, everyone around the world. I am William the Zebra Alcala, bringing you live coverage for Camel Premier Racing League on Project Cars 2 on the PlayStation platform. Trying out new things on this new channel. Yes, we switched over from Twitch, over on my personal Twitch, over to this brand new channel. And we're going to have plenty of updates to give you along. We're going to try out new things, so please let me know either in the live chat or down in the comments post race to see what I can do better, what I should add if I can, and we can go from there.
Yeah, and in qualifying, try your best. If you do run wide in one, try your best not to cut off too much damn time for your qualifying lap. Just try to be honest with your competitors.
Should be able to come in. All right, we're going to be right back, folks. There's a little bit of a technical difficulty. I thought I muted everyone, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So give me 1 second. We're going to be right back. All right, and we are back. Just had to back out of the lobby real quick and remute everyone. Okay, we're gonna have an issue. Sorry guys, just trying to get everything figured out and sorted over here. Do apologize, because they're going to be talking, and I don't want anything bad to slip. So we're going to try We're going to try one more thing, and let's just hope that what I'm going to do works. Still ironing out a lot of kinks. That's why we are running super late. Doesn't matter because we're disconnected from it anyway. Well, that's not going to work. Just got to send him a message. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to mute because their voices can come through the desktop audio, so you can hear. And I don't want nothing bad to slip on through. So I think what's going to happen in race 2 is for Camel not to make me director for race director. So I think that's what's going to happen. I do apologize, but you're going to get all of the behind the scenes action through just straight up commentary, because I don't want. As soon as I hit join, everyone is unmutes everyone automatically. So. Well, there's nothing much we can do about that. So let's go back live. 7.5 minutes left remaining of qualifying here at Algarve. Here we go. We are, well, let's take a look at the point standings first. Each driver is categorized in their groups. Groups A, B, and C. There you go. Camel winning the first race last week, followed by Mark F1, who is unfortunately not here, so he's going to be dropped down the standings. Potvin Zucks came in third, One Space fourth, and J Mutt in fifth. So nothing but ABA, spelling out ABBA, and then Blitz being the first place in Group C of last week. Let's take a look at Algarve. There you go. It is a very, very elevated track. You're going to see all the ups and downs. Coming off of turn 15 is a very hard right-hander that's going to be very, very hard on the tires here. If you go into turn 1, they will not be taking that chicane there. They're actually going to be taking... They're actually just going to be taking the right-hander into that little right-hand kink. So ignore the turn 1 and 1A, just turn 1, just that quick right-hander, and then falling up into turn 3. Like I said, we're trying out new things. If you're here to see what's behind the black box, it's a big ol' kind of annoying little, basically my controls on the camera side. So if you guys are ever curious, that's why. There's really not much I can do about that, unfortunately. I mean, please let me know either in the chat or in the comments if you want me to get rid of the black box, or if you want me to keep the black box, please. But for now, we will keep it. But yeah, unfortunately, it does limit the camera, but it should be fine as long as Project Cars kind of holds up together. So 12 drivers here today. Last week we had a pretty big field of 15 drivers. They all finished, but now it is going into rounds 2 and 3. There's this one at Algarve. In Portugal. And then following a little 5 to 10 minute break, we'll be at BRNO in Czech Republic for 60 minutes there. So 40-minute race followed by an hour race. 2 races here tonight. It's going to be action-packed. It's going to be a great, great time. I see a car going wide, spinning, and we're actually going to go on board with One Space. Trying to get a proper view. Okay, so cockpit's out of the question. Okay, so. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a good kind of angle for this, so that will do. So going around turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 3 right-handers, 1 left-hander, and then downhill into a left hairpin. Very, very hard on the brakes and tires. Very good passing opportunity as well going into turn 5, and then around turn 6, turn 7. Kind of like a medium right-hander and then a slower right-hander. You kind of get that little off-camber effect going uphill. And here's the big elevation change. Looks like riding a roller coaster through a fast left-hander. And then here's this little double right-hander. You want to start braking at the first bend and then roll that car around the second right bend. Then another crazy elevation change downhill. And then a left hand. And then another kind of a long uphill hairpin. This track is very, very technical on these very, very technical cars. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the drivers can compose themselves. I do expect quite a few cars kind of losing the end depending on what kind of setup they are. And here we go, this big elevation right-hander on fresh tires. It handles like a dream, but as the tires start to go away, they kind of tend to slip. And since we didn't really get a good shot of turns 1 and 2 as one space sets a new time, then you want to dive down into, well, never mind. So one space is going to pull off into turn 1. So we'll kind of see it from the Camel's perspective actually real quick, and then we'll get back to the on-track action, calling it out. 2 minutes left to go in qualifying. One space set in a fast lap, 134.819. And then the nearest people are Camel and Will Phaser. So let's see if he can increase his time. He does not. He's 7/10 slow. Then here we go, diving down into turn 1. Kind of using that rumble strip, avoiding the sausage curve, then fast right hand kink, and then you want to, oh, there you see, it's got to put some grip down there. But yeah, very, very hard because you kind of start braking as the car's already kind of in mid rotation, it seems. And then when you just turn just that little extra bit, it does seem to kind of fall off. So unfortunate for that, as he's going to reset his lap. So there are 3 groups here tonight. Groups A, B, and C. Groups A will be in the black Panos, which is the car. It is a one-make series, so they're going to be in the Panos GT1. Beautiful, beautiful looking cars. And then you have Group B. Though they will be racing in the silver. And then Group C will be in the white. So black, silver, white. If there are multiple black, silver, white liveries, they can choose any of those liveries as long as they coincide with the group color that they're racing in. 30 seconds left, coming up on the end of qualifying. It is absolutely insane on how fast one space is. Nearly 2 seconds faster than the Camel, who has won all but one race, or I'm sorry, one season. This is the 27th season of the Camel Premier Racing League, and he's won all but one. The only other Group A champion would be J-Mutt, and he's currently sitting in 4th, 2.3 seconds behind, as Camel does not improve his time, but I believe it was validated since he did spin out. As qualifying is complete, drivers will be making their last laps down over. As we get Blitz running way wide, that may invalidate his time. Actually, I think they may have turned off. But no, he does not improve his time. He will stay in 7th position for now. Old Bear making his first start of the season for season 27. Making that final right-hand turn. Going uphill. Just basically like a big old roller coaster. Can he improve his time? He cannot. Currently sitting in 8th position, DJ Vixen Volpine, good friend of mine, co-commentator for the monthly Thursday night real-life reenacted races. Can he improve? No, he cannot. Still in 9th position. And Will Vaser stuck as Camel gets around him. There he goes. So Will Phaser just kind of letting Camel on through. Didn't want to interrupt his time. So Will Phaser will be staying in third position as it stands. Will Camel improve his time? Maybe snipe pole away from one space. And he cannot. Here comes big time Dave. And he will actually improve his time. And he will move up the position. So here is your starting grid, your starting lineup for the 40 minutes of Algarve. Round 2 of the Camel's Premier Racing League. One space, your pole sitter, Group A, followed by Camel, Will Phaser, and J-Mutt. So positions 1st through 4th, all Group A cars, followed by DTF 6 Dragons Rule. Very impressive run by him. Group C is going to get the Group C pole. Road King getting the Group B pole. Blitz, Big Time Dave, and Old Bear for Group C in 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then DJ Vixen Bullpen in 10th, and Hannibal Moore 11th, and Popvin Sucks in 12th. So there are bonus points to be awarded for the pole group time. So one space, DTF Dragon and Road King will be getting a bonus point on top of their scored points. And then the fastest lap in each of the group, they will receive another bonus point. So a single driver can earn up to 2 bonus points on top of what they win. So first place receives 35 points, but they can receive a maximum of 37 if they finish first. So as they get ready, let's remind you of the point standings. There you have it right there. Oh, let me go ahead and move that out of the way. There you go. There are your current standings. So Pop and Sucks currently in 3rd. That's 2nd place in Group B. Mark F1 in 2nd, but he will not be here. So 35 for 1st, 2nd, or
26, right?
30 for 2nd, and 28 for 3rd, and then going on down 16 points, or 16th position, I'm sorry, we'll get 1 point. Okay. So expect to see those numbers kind of mix and jumble for next week, and it's going to be a good time. Let's take a look once again at the Algarve circuit. It is beautiful, 15 corners, multiple elevation changes, 40 minutes on the 24th of June here in Portimao, Portugal. As we're going to be going green flag racing in just a moment. Do you want to join? Well, it's as simple as messaging the Camel on PSN for more details. We do race this on the PlayStation 4. It is a Project Cars 2 for the PlayStation 4. Message the Camel if you want more info. Here we go. Free to join. We are green flag racing. Got some cars with their lights on, some with not, which is A-OK. As they go down into turn 1 is going to be the Camel leading, getting the better start off of one space, and then following behind is going to be the rest of the pack. As we get some cars kind of going off here. As they navigate through the first couple of corners, as they start to head uphill. You are going to hear the drivers kind of talk to each other, but we're going to have that kind of on the low. So I told them to watch their behavior because we're going to fix that next race. So the Camel's getting a better jump on one space here as he's going to try to vie and try to take the position back. Then behind him we have Will Phaser and J-Mutt battling for 3rd and 4th. And then behind them we have, excuse me, we have Road King and Blitz, Group B and C battling for position as well. And then all the way in the back battling. So very, very fun stuff. But here we go. One space in the Camel. Beautiful camera shot around that double right-hander as they go right downhill. Camel getting a little stuck up there, it seems. One space on Hot Pursuit. See if he can't get a run. I'm trying to pull on the inside. Turn 1 is a little bit difficult, it seems to pass. You really have to get pretty much your nose up on the quarter panel.
You gotta be fucking kidding me every fucking goddamn week.
Well, unfortunate sounds from, I don't know who that was, but seemed very displeased with himself as Will Phaser kind of closing up on J Mutt. And the top 4 kind of staying relatively close together. Down here, Road King and Big Time Dave. Road King trying to put the pressure on the Group C driver, and already after a lap, from first down to 12th, it has been separated by more than 16.5 seconds, going on 17 seconds. But it is the battle at hand for... This is the battle for first position. Now the field is starting to get spread out after 2 completed laps. Camel looks like he's got the better race pace than qualifying pace, and sometimes it's kind of like that. Here comes one space on the inside. Like I said, that turn 5 is going to be good passing opportunities. We have our first lead change of the race, but one space running a little bit wide, so Camel with the switchback.
The break points are a bit different on mine.
Side by side going through the left-hand uphill kink. It is close. J-Mutt hoping a little bit of contact, and there it goes. Camel spinning all the way around and collecting J-Mutt with them. I don't think that was on purpose.
That's good.
I think J-Mutt was trying to
kind of sit there and get it back in gear. No big deal.
I think the Camel was just trying to wait for J-Mutt to pass, and J-Mutt just unfortunately ran into him. So now one space, he's going to try to run off with the lead here. 5 minutes down, 35 minutes to go.
I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
Inside, yeah, you did it to me.
Yeah, it's racing. It's all it is.
Excuse me. Here we go. Blitz running way wide, using all of the track. I don't know what the deal is with that. So that's kind of interesting. The stewards may look at that as a big track extension. The Old Baron Blitz, they are battling it out for 5th and 6th, 2 Group C cars. Then we have Dragon in the back. He started up very high. I believe he started 5th. He had the Group C pole, but now he finds himself down in 12th.
Yeah, but I'm going to be pitting up here. I got damage.
So, wonder what happened there. And breaking news, Camel's got damage. He's going to have to pit, but that should be able to get his pit stop done and out of the way.
Holy shit.
I didn't even see.
And one space loops it.
Suspension damage I had.
And those kind of like quick double right-handers, it seems. Elevation really getting to the drivers right there. So very unfortunate for one space as he loses the lead. Camel's going to have it for a quick second, but he's going to dive into the pits. So we're going to see a fresh new leader in J-Mutt. Absolutely incredible. But now we get to see one space tear through the field. Very, very technical track as Camel pulling into the pits now. There he goes. So we're going to have a new leader in J-Mutt. Wolf Phaser behind him and about 4 seconds behind him. And then Blitz in third. And here we go. We're see a beautiful shot of all the cars coming off the last corner going up the hill. Up the hill. Very, very beautiful shot indeed. Now Will Phaser and then J-Mutt spins out, it seems, or he may have gotten loose, and that allowed Will Phaser to take the lead again. So absolutely back and forth action so far, up to 5 or 6 lead changes, and we've seen 4 different people take the lead all within a matter of 8 minutes. So this track definitely a wild card. Camel coming back out, so Camel's going to be good for the pits for the pit stop. Everyone has a
tow rope out there, one space.
everyone has a set starting
Trying to slow
leader.
down.
I'm sorry, a starting gas set in their tanks. How many liters they start off with? So that means when they get their starting setup, they can no longer they can't exceed that amount when starting or pitting for fuel. They can go over the total liter amount that their car can handle, but they can't fill up more than the X amount, which I can't remember for this race, and I'll have the information up on me. So I do apologize. Let's go ahead and get off Old Bear there. Here we go. Battle for first and second as the cars go roaring over the hill around turn 15. J-Mutt pulling into the pits. He's going to get his service done unless if he received any damages. Now we jump down to one space on the charge of Blitz. One space trying to get back into second position and trying to start the charge on Will Phaser as he goes around the outside. Door bumper clear. One space moves into second position before the hairpin. Can Blitz try to get it back around? Doesn't look like it. Going back down, this is a battle for fourth position here. Can Road King get around Old Bear? Old Bear showing up, doing very, very good. Sitting in the top 5, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Oh, Road King spins it. And that's going to lose quite a bit of spots there. He's going to drop down to 6th position, allowing Potts to take over 5th. So unfortunate for Road King. Good for Old Bear there, so he can hold on and keep his 4th position. Blitz trying to keep up with one space. Super, super fast. Don't know what the track limits that that Camel has told the drivers that they can exceed or extend up to, but Blitz definitely gonna have a closer look at that, unfortunately. So he better kind of clean up his act because it's very, very noticeable. Take a look at the last lap times. Will Phaser 138.638, one space 138.915. So Will Phaser lapping faster than one space. We could see a very, very good showing for Will Phaser. Let's go up to, or rather, let's go back. And here comes 6-foot Dragon trying to get around Hannibal Moore. The other, well, actually, we have 3 Group A cars down in the bottom 5, 8th through 12th. Hannibal, Camel, and J-Mutt. So Dragon is trying to get back up to the top 5 where he qualified in. And it's going to be a tough, tough battle up ahead. As the Camel's going to try to get into the mix. And DJ Vixen getting passed by the Camel. And here we go. Let's ride on board with the Camel. There you go. See that insane elevation change. Like going to a roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm. Remember, Camel has pretty much made his fuel pit stop for the race. Everyone will have to pit for fuel. Tires, I'm not entirely too sure about this. And then there we go. Dragon pushing a little bit too wide there. That's going to allow Camel to easily take the position. There goes Dragon, way off. And he gets the thing turned right back around. And Cannibal and Camel getting around Hannibal. This is a battle for Group A point standings. And Hannibal's going to dive into the pits. Probably for his fuel stops now. Camel's going to be on the charge once again. So he's going to try to get back up in there. One space slowly catching up. And here comes Old Bear. About 1.5 seconds. Behind Blitz for the bottom sip of the podium. Let's go back here. This is for 11th and 10th. Jama and 6 Foot Dragons. Dragons looks like having a little bit of an issue with his car in the race trim. Qualifying trim seemed pretty solid as Jama taking the inside the line. I think that was Dragon giving him the position there, knowing that he was a lot faster. Not going to try to race him and, you know, potentially get some damage. So good on Dragon to move out of the way. Battle for 6th and 7th as Road King trying to get around Big Time Dave. We see Will Phaser in one space. They're both in the pits. And I think the rest of the leaders are going to be coming in as well. We have Blitz and Old Bear, it seems. Yes, they will be coming into the pits as well. Will Potts come in as well. Make for the routine. Yes, he will. All right, what about these two guys? They're going to be battling out, and they're both diving into the pits at the same time. So all the leaders are going into the pits. This is going to allow the Camel to really make up a lot of ground, and he might be able to take the lead back after this. Absolutely blazing fast times, 137s it seems, and he's going to get in the first position as Will Phaser and One Spacer just exiting. Will Phaser just exiting now, crossing the line, getting back up to speed off the pit limiter, and so is One Space.
Exiting pits.
What about J-Mutt? J-Mutt went to the pits too. He's going to gain some huge positions. He's going to get past Old Bear, and he's going to move up to 4th position. And just like that, now we have the top 4. All Group A cars just absolutely dominating. So huge. Blitz comes out. He's going to come out in 6th position. Old Bear in 5th. J-Mutt in 4th. One space 3rd. Will Phaser 2nd. And Camel in 1st position. It's going to be close between One Space and Camel. He's got about One Space has about 5 seconds to make up with 25 minutes to go. It's possible. He's fast, and I believe they just took fuel. I don't really expect them to be taking any gas or anything. But beautiful panning shot going around the right-hander there. Absolutely stunning view. And we won't be able to see what times they're going to be doing after this until next lap. But it does look like the One Space has closed the gap in on Camel. Looks like by about a second or so. Camel doing a 1:37, and then those times are the drivers' out times. Still fast for Camel. Can One Space make up the ground? Will Phaser set him to the defensive line, but One Space going the over and under. That's going to set him up greatly as they drag race down the backstretch here. One Space definitely has the position, diving deep into turn 5 and making that pass, and now he is on a mission to catch up to Camel with just 23 minutes to go. 23 and a half minutes to go. And for him, I don't really see Will Phaser being much of a threat to One Space. Battle for 5th. Blitz in 6th, Old Bear in 5th position. These are 2 Group C cars. Whoa, Blitz getting a little bit loose. And that's going to cost him a lot of time. That right-hander is very, very hard to figure out. Our leader's starting to cross. Oh, we have a penalty for Dragon. Let's actually take a look at that. He's got a 10-second penalty. That's going to be for a pit lane entry violation here. As we have a big old gaggle here for the back for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And look at that one space. A 136.241 compared to the Camel's 137.6. Just a lot faster. Big Time Dave running a little bit wide, trying to use as much of the track. He can pick up a top 10. It is very possible they are within striking distance. Dragon is definitely going to lose 10 seconds. He actually may fall back down to 12th position. All the bottom 4. All within a camera shot. You love to see it. And one space getting closer. Once we get that yellow triangle that you see on your screen, that means that the drivers are within a second. Lets me know, hey, there's a battle going on. And one space is getting there. We're also keeping a close times with the relatives too. But in the meantime, we're gonna kind of keep a battle on these guys here in the back. Because some back marker racing still makes for some good racing. All right, here we go. One space on the attack. Oh, one space diving in a little bit too deep into turn 3. I see them kind of short shifting. Let's actually go to the speedometer so we can see at what revs they're shifting, especially during the kind of difficult sections. If they let it go all the way up to the red line, which seems to be about 7,000 RPMs, or if they're going to short shift it by about 1,000 or 1,500 RPMs. And we get to see his application, the brake and throttle. So very, very neat to see these top tier drivers battling it out. As there's a battle for 5th place between Bear and Blitz. RC just kind of just puts a little bit of throttle and just kind of lets the car roll around. Don't want to put too much into it. One space really putting the pressure on him now. 20 minutes to go. You know that Camel's going to try to defend as well as he can. One space. Wouldn't be surprised if he uses those lights. He's going to get the inside preferred line going into turn 1. I haven't seen many passes happen here going into turn 1. But he falls in right behind. I think he's going to try to make the pass into turn 3, maybe. Ooh. Camel a little bit too hard on the brakes there. 19 minutes to go. What about this? Is he going to make a good dive? He's alongside him. Camel's going to try to hold the position now, but looks like he can't. Kind of spins the tires, gets a little bit loose. Didn't get the acceleration, the traction that he wanted, so that's going to allow one space to take the lead again. Camel going offline there. Oh, Blitz going into the pits. I'm sorry, J-Mug going into the pits. And Blitz. Yeah, Blitz went into the pits. It's very interesting. But here comes Dragon. Putting pressure on Hannibal.
Wow.
One space looped it somewhere along.
That was a
Yep,
great
there he
job
goes.
with tires, too. No,
Drivers
man,
are
I hate to see that.
drivers are complaining about tire grip here. On lap 14, a little over halfway to go. This is going to be interesting to say the least with just 17 and a half minutes to go. Still plenty of on-track action. We got two battles. We have battle for 10th, DJ Vixen getting around Big Time Dave, who, man, that right-hander is just killing the drivers here today. On turn 8, it's taken many a victim. But can Dragon get this 7th position? If I was Hannibal, I'd let him go, but I don't think he knows that that Dragon's got a 10-second penalty. I don't think it shows up on their end. Actually, I'm pretty sure it does, actually, so if I was him, I would let him go. No, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I raced on this game, so I could very well be wrong. Coming up next, a 1 hour of BRNO, round 3, following this race. It's going to be a good one. If you enjoyed this action, you're going to love round 3. You're going to be starting a new stream. It's going to be a good time, and I can't wait. And then next week, the 1st of July, we'll be going to the Red Bull Ring for one of our longer races. I believe it's an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, something like that. And we got the leaders pitting, I believe, for tires, it seems, listening to Camel complain about tire grip. So, new stories unfolding every turn, every lap, it seems. But yes, next week, only one race next week, so it'll be a longer race. As whoa, Hannibal kind of choked, or I'm sorry, that's actually going to be Dragon. That's going to be pushing Ray Y, just missing the braking point. That's going to allow Blitz to go around through. I think that's why Blitz went in pit. He felt the tires were going off, so he went into pit. So, but I mean, these guys are too far back to catch up with the leaders. Absolutely insane. Road King behind Camel, but I really don't see that holding on for very much longer. Yeah, Camel already starting to kind of pull away. But one space came out after Camel due to that spin, so it's going to be a great kind of charge for the lead that we're going to see. One space looking very strong in these cars, so definitely a top contender to bring down Camel to be the third only. Whoa, Blitz getting a little bit loose. Coming out of 4 there. Just lighting up the tires. So he's trying to get around Hannibal here. Go back up to these guys. There's the Road King in the back, kind of faltering back now, nearly 2 seconds down, 1.8 seconds, and Camel catching up to Potts. But if Wolf Phaser can hold his own, he could take this win. And who is that? That's going to be Hannibal diving into the pits there. But we still have Dragon and Blitz battling it out. Don't see much overtaking opportunities going into turn 1. So let's go ahead and move up to Potts and Camel as Potts going offline. That's going to allow Road King to pounce on the opportunity to get into 4th position. So Camel making that pass, going up into 3rd place. And the hunt begins. Well, Road King looping it, going a little bit too wide. He stops and gets it facing the right way as he enters in. So that's going to allow one space to easily get back into the top 5 as he begins to hunt down Potts, as Camel is starting to hunt down the drivers ahead. So Camel crossing the line now. He's going to set a 136, so he's lapping about 4 seconds faster than Old Bear just on that last lap. But only lapping about a half a second quicker than Will Phaser. So I think Will might be able to get the win as long as he keeps it nice and easy. So Road King going into pit. Here comes one space alongside. Yep, side by side going into turn 5. This is going to be an easy overtake. Potts on old tires. He's gonna take off now. So he's closing in on Camel. About 5 seconds or so, was nearly a second quicker. And Will Phaser actually going into the pits. This is huge news. I don't know why he did that. He could have stayed out and nursed it, and he could have gotten the easy win. But we haven't been able to see much of his. I mean, he's been still lapping in the 137s. So that's very, very interesting. Question is, will Old Bear do the same? All right, Wolf Phaser, he's moving. It's going to be close. It's going to be an interesting battle for the lead. It's going to be absolutely insane. We're going to get to that here shortly. As looks like Old Bear, yes, he will be going into the pit, so he will be giving up some points here as Wolf Phaser exiting and Camel taking the lead from him. But here comes one space, running a full second faster than the Camel, so we're gonna have looks like a 3-car shootout. How well can these guys handle pressure? You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be too aggressive. We're going to keep an eye on them. Battle for 6th and 7th, but remember that Dragon has got a 10-second penalty that will be added to the end of his time. So if the standings were to show right now, he would actually be relegated down to 9th position, it seems. Or, yeah, 9th position. I'm sorry, 8th position. Where's Big Time Dave? Big Time Dave going into the pits. Potts coming out behind J-Mutt. 9.5 minutes to go. Dragon's looking a lot better, it seems. His car seems to be a lot more stable. As I say that, I give him commentator's curse. Oh, I'm so sorry. So unfortunate for Dragon, he's putting the pressure on Blitz. So that 10-second penalty is only going to be definitely going to be working against him here. There you go. The top 3 all within 3.5 seconds. 8.5 minutes to go. This is getting exciting. Apologize for the silence. Just kind of watching in anticipation. See what is going to happen. Have about, I'd say about 6 or so laps. Let's take a look at the lap times though for the top 3. Definitely one space has been closing in. Camel 137.1, Wolfhazer 136.9, one space 135.8. So one space absolutely crushing. Wolfhazer actually ran 0.2 quicker than Camel. Here's an interesting thing. You look on the track map on your right. They're coming up on lap cars who I believe are also battling for position. And now one space is caught up to Wolfhazer. This is good news for Camel. This is going to try to allow Camel to stretch the legs a bit of that lead. One space putting the pressure on. He's going to get the inside line. Going into the double right-hander. He's going to get the position. Second place. Beautiful overtake by one space. Now can Wolfhazer try to get it back? That has cost one space a little bit of time. Close to about half a second or so. 6 minutes to go. They're coming up on a lot of lap traffic. Battles everywhere. But this is for the lead. These are for the podium position, so we do have to stay here. Taking a look at the times. Camel 137.3. One space 137.1. Wolfhazer 138.5 because he had to take the high side around the double right-handers because one space got in there. But still, one space having to deal with that overtake. Still lapping quicker than Camel as Camel maneuvering himself through 2 lap cars. I think one space may have the harder section to get around them. They're trying to get around Vixen and or DJ and Dragon for 10th and 11th. Vixen getting out of the way. That's going to allow Dragon to really stretch his legs. But with that 10-second penalty, it really isn't going to matter much. He does have one space, still has his eyes set on Camel. Now 2.3 seconds down. Four and a half minutes to go. We're going to have 3 to go this time by. Camel 137.5, one space 137.7. Wolfhazer 138.5 or 142.9 actually, so he's fallen back down by a lot. So I wonder what happened there. This is good for one space, I think. He's going to get a tow from the lap car, and I think he's going to move out of the way as well going into the break, so he's going to get a little bit of draft. But I think Camel's also going to get a bit of a draft too. That's going to be Hannibal in 9th position. Lap car moving out of the way for one space. Here we go. Battle for first place. There we go. No lap cars in between them for a long while. 3 minutes to go. Who's going to get it? Both drivers, they're going to be pushing their elbows out. They're going to try to make that car as wide as the track. This is where having a cool mind comes into play, because yes, you want to defend aggressively or you want to attack aggressively, but you have to be careful. 2 laps to go. One space getting a little bit loose on those curbs there. Looks like he didn't get the exit that he wanted, but he's able to dive in hard. Camel definitely had the better little section there. Now he's trying to pull ahead. Just watching in absolute anticipation here. 1 minute to go. This is it. White flag is out. One space has to close the gap. He has to put some big pressure on Camel if he wants to take this win. He's closing the gap by a couple tenths. Locking up the tires, trying to get every little bit of advantage he can. Every little bit matters. These two had trouble early in the race around these two right-handers, but they seem to manage it just fine. One space, not exactly closing in as quick as he wants to. Now 4 tenths behind. He's gaining. Camel being super cautious, but that's going to allow one space to close in the gap just a little bit more, it seems. Battle for the lead. Camel kind of locks it up a bit. One space. Oh, it looked like he caught up. He did. He's going to run wide. That's going to cost some time for one space. Camel, can he hold on to it? One more corner, I think. One space getting a deep dive. Can he get the draft coming out of turn 15, going up the hill? It's going to be close. Down the front stretch, Camel going all the way to the inside. Can he get it? It's going to be a close drag race. It's going to be the Camel winning
Fuck it.
round 2 at Algarve.
Well, he's got us muted right now. He's only going to unmute us right.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Yeah, see how they put my car first? I should have won that shit.
Now battle for 5th and 6th is going to be Potts and Road King. Can Road King close the gap?
2 spins. Just ruined the race.
Oh, Road King able to catch up there on that second right-hander.
Yeah, I should have smoked it. Go on.
Oh, both spin. Oh, Potts holds it. Road King spins. That's going to allow J-Mutt to kind of close in. Oh, I don't think that's going to matter. No, that's not going to matter. Potts is going to get away with a top 5. Absolutely unbelievable. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely insane. As we wait for the rest of the cars to cross. Absolute huge. See Blitz taking a bit of a shortcut, but he's going to get rewarded for 8th position. He will not be able to finish the race, it seems. No, I don't think so. But he will be awarded 8th position. Absolutely unbelievable racing. Camel getting the 2nd win of this season. Who knows what his win total is up to. But here we go. 24 laps complete. Camel just beating out one space by just under 2/10 from last place. Yeah, congrats, Potts. So Potts starting last to 5th, getting that top 5, and then holding off Road King in the last lap. Road King kind of really undid himself there. So Camel coming in first, one space in 2nd, and then Will Phaser is will be in 3rd position. Can I get a mic check?
I don't share my voice, so I don't think
Can I get a mic check? Mic check. 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Hey Potts, if you can tell him real quick that that I can conduct an interview whenever Camel gets his information done. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay. Woo! Absolutely unbelievable. Driver's upset. Yeah, I know. Now Camel is grabbing the information. So congrats to Old Bear, first place in Group C, and Potts first place in Group B. Another solid finish from Potts. Oh, wow. Absolutely unbelievable. So, Blitz and Big Time Dave both getting a bonus point for the best lap. And then one space getting the crucial bonus point. All right. No, I did not. All right, so we will. All right. Can I get a mic check? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
All right, so absolutely amazing race from the top guys up front with Camel, one space, and Will Phaser. We will talk to second place first. Switched around. One space, big heartbreak in the beginning of the race. There's a spin. I wasn't sure if there's contact between you or Camel or not, but differing pit strategies there. Camel got some damage. He had a pit early for fuel, and then I heard you guys kind of complain about tire grip when you spun around again. But you made one hell of a comeback. Just missed out when running wide. I believe that was around turn 11 or so, and that kind of messed up the final push to try to grab that first place along the finish line. But other than that, man, how did your race go?
It was entertaining. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. Everybody else, if anybody was watching, but I'm just disappointed in myself because I had those 2 spins. At one point, the brakes just started locking up worse, and I just had to be easier, and I didn't. I pushed the car. But my pit stops, those were great. Those helped me out a lot, and I was able to finish second with 2/10 off. I almost ran him down.
Yeah, it was very close run down, and I saw you pushing the car in some corners, even locking up the brakes along with Camel, and it was just an absolutely amazing battle. And kind of seeing the story unfold, watching you, Camel, and even Will trying to hold off each other, or fight through the field, and it seemed to get dicey getting through lap traffic. But great job for you guys for navigating that lap traffic, and also kudos to the back markers for being smart and not getting in the way of a battle, even though there was a battle in itself. So tough loss for second for you, 1 space, but I'm sure you can easily rebound back going into BRNO and the next couple of moments. Then we must go up to the man, the myth, the desert animal himself, the Camel. Huge win, your second win in a row this season for season 27. Does this kind of give you a little bit of a confidence booster going into BRNO tonight after such a very close, intense victory here at Algarve?
Well, I don't know about a confidence boost. I mean, that's 2 wins in a row and 2 races that I clearly did not have the better car. But, able to capitalize both times on mistakes, from other drivers. But I've really got to do something. I've got to work on this car a little bit because struggling with it, locking the brakes up, struggling getting it to rotate, and let's figure something out here because like I said, I've been lucky so far, real lucky. And this race coming up, going to be a reverse grid, so already starting in the back, and then for whatever reason on this weather pattern that we've got for this race. It's raining at different times. Sometimes it's raining at 30 minutes ago, sometimes at 35, sometimes at 12, 6. This one here is going to be a wild card. So, real happy with the result. Just, like I said, feel really lucky more than anything.
Well, hopefully that luck will carry you into another first place here going into BRNO. That's going to be it for me, William the Zebra Alcala, over here on the Camel Premier Racing League. We'll be ending the stream for round 2 and starting up a new stream for round 3. So stay tuned, give us a subscribe, like the stream if you have it, and please, feedback, both positive and negative, is welcome for the stream so I can improve on it. So thank you all for watching.
Man, I meant to make a chat party. I'll do that as soon as we get done with this. Man, I meant to make a chat party. I'll do that as soon as we get done with this.
All right, hello everyone around the world. I am William the Zebra.
Bro, King, that was some intense shit, bro.
Hold on, language.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, that should be a lot better. Hello everyone around the world. I am William the Zebra Alcala. Welcome to round 3 of Camel's Premier League Racing. Camel's Premier Racing League on the PS4 for Project Cars 2. We are going into round 3. We are here at Autodrome BRNO in the Czech Republic. There you see the beautiful track map. It is filled of lefts and rights and more lefts and rights and uphills and downhills and off camber, and it is just a playground for technical drivers. And today we will be driving the GT1 Panos car. Beautiful car. We do have a quick intermission, about 8 minutes before we get into the 1 hour of BRNO here tonight. It is the second race. Round 2 was just filmed a little bit before that. Please go check that out. And then it was a very, very great race. And if you don't have the time, I understand it. But I do recommend checking out the last 3 laps or so, the last 6 minutes. It's very, very intense. So I really do recommend that. So today, this league is a bit different. Instead of multi-class, we have multi-group racing. We have groups A, B, and C, which are color-coded. Groups A will have will be racing in the black car. Group A drivers will be in the black car. Group B drivers will be in a silver GT1 Panos, and Group C will be in the white Panos. It is going to be a reverse grid order today based off the round 2 positions, the finishing positions. So finish first, starting last, and if you finish last, you're starting first. So it's going to be a rolling start to start off the hour of BRNO. So it's really going to be about 55 minutes of absolute racing. So buckle on in, sit down, grab yourself a cold one, whether that be the alcohol variety if you are over 21, and a soda if you are under 21. So please drink responsibly and wait until the local drinking limit of your country. So that being said, it's going to be a it's going to be a good time. So we'll be right back as we kind of see the black car of one space to get around. So we'll be right back. The game audio will be lowered because people are kind of talking and stuff, so that will cease to they'll kind of quiet down as things go on. So we'll be right back in about 6 minutes. So stay tuned, give a like, and subscribe if you haven't. All right. So, will not be a rolling start. The drivers had to set their qualifying order in the position that they wanted to, so it's going to still be a standing start. So, definitely something that they didn't do in the past that they're now trying out. Looks like it's working. So, waiting on 50 seconds, and then we will be good to go. Yep, it's going to be reverse grid based off of round two's finishing results. I'm just afraid that the replay might be a little bit messed up when it comes to round two. I really hope not. YouTube is being extremely difficult. It's never as easy as just like, oh, just do this and then you're good. Nope. Okay, nope, never mind. Seems to have captured all of the... Alright, cool, we're good. So it's going to be one long video post. Oh, Split said disconnected, so... and joined. Uh-oh. So here is your starting grid. Well, that was quick. Alright, so... let's go ahead and get rid of this. There will be some rain in the forecast. Here tonight, it's going to be a good, jolly old time. Just getting settled on in. Should be ready to go. One hour of BRNO ready to get set. We're going to be going green very, very shortly within the next couple of moments. Coming up next week is going to be the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix with the GT1 Panos. It's going to be for round 4. That's going to be next week. Next Wednesday is going to be the next race. One big long race. It's going to be a good one. All right, here we go. And we are green flag racing. Dave really slept in the start. DJ's going to get one hell of a jump. And he's going to lead the pack into turn 1 as they're about, looks like 3-4 wide in the bag. There's a little bit of bumping, beating, and banging there. Big time Dave falls down in a second. Excuse me. Here comes Wolf Phaser going around the outside of Potts and Old Bear. One space has moved up to the 9th. Camel has moved up to 7th. Huge. As he started back in the last. Side by side. Big time Dave falling down. Here comes J-Mutt pushing on the inside. Cold Tire's got to watch out. J-Mutt, he's going to scoot himself into the lead. Here we go. Take a look at the track map. Very, very precise corners. If you want to be fast around here, you have to pretty much maintain a good set of speed around this. Oh, we got some troubles. We got some contact in the back. I don't know who that is. That's going to fall all the way back down. It looks like it might be Blitz. Yes, it is. So I don't know if he got loose or if he got help from someone. Hannibal Moore, one space. Camel's now up into 3rd in less than a lap. Big Time Dave in second, J Mutt in first, Will Phaser right behind him. Right behind Camel, that is. Definitely the elevation change for this week. Absolutely huge. J Mutt trying to pull ahead. Camel battling with a Group C driver, Big Time Dave. Remember, Group A in black, Group B in silver, Group C in white. Let's go on board with Will Phaser here. As he tries to hunt down the Camel. One space right behind him. One space getting a little bit loose there. Falling back. J-Mutt has pulled himself over a 3-second lead. So I think we're going to try without this big black box right here for a good while. And once again, please let me know in the chat or in the comments about what looks better, and then I will fix that accordingly. So I really do appreciate I really will appreciate both negative and more positive feedback. Provide a better product for the viewers and the drivers watching back on this race. Anyway, back to the action. J Mutt still pulling over a lead. Camel still trying to figure out a way how to get around Big Time Dave, who's really holding his own really good against his top three cars behind him. Camel, Will, and one space, dragging up to sixth, and then kind of falls back here, but we still got another good series of battles here. And unfortunate for DJ Vixen, starting second, getting a great launch off the start, but has now fallen down to the wayside in 12th position. Ouch. Cones go flying. Let's get it around Old Bear for the time being. Here comes Old Bear going barreling down. Oh, Big Time Dave goes off into turn one. He's going to fall down into, looks like, sixth position. That's going to allow the Camel to start hunting down J-Mutt. So just like at the beginning of Algarve. Oh, we got another car going off. Who is that? That was Will Phaser going off into what would be technically turn three. And so he's now falling back down to sixth position. It's Big Time Dave trying to put some big time pressure on the Dragon. Battles galore all over the place for the early outings here in the 1 hour of BRNO. J-Mutt's at a 154.6, Camel with a 154.9, one space with a 154.0. So one space definitely on the charge here. Let's take a look at this three-way battle. This for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Potts trying to get 6th place from Hannibal. Got a solid top 5 finish at Algarve. Algarve, not Agave. Algarve. Just earlier tonight, trying to repeat that performance. Back up, 1 space. On the attack. That's what J-Mutt wants to see. Have them battle it out. So we can try to gain up on position. 1 space, looking to the inside, falls right back in line. And it seems that the nature of both these tracks, you could have fairly similar setups actually. Maybe you want, actually no, I think about the downforce should actually be about the same. Very similar in nature, lots of elevation changes, a couple of off-camber corners. Here comes 1 space. It's in a much faster lap than the two drivers in front of him. 153.724. I believe that was the fastest lap so far as we start lap 5. 1 space, make the pass. Oh, he's getting close. He's putting pressure. Let's go back down here. Row King lying in wait. Trying to watch Potts and Hannibal battle it out. That's for 6th and 7th. Potts still trying to get around Hannibal. Hannibal definitely trying to forget race 2, or round 2, Portimao, Portugal. And 1 space trying to get around the Camel. Very, very hard. But they've been keeping pace with J-Mutt, so looks like these battlings aren't exactly doing much of a favor. Here comes 1 space on the inside. If he can just hold that line, he should be able to get the position coming out of these last couple of corners. But they're going to be tough because they're... Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong part of the track. My bad. Nope, 1 space should be able to get this. Can he hold it on the inside? It looks like he can. Door bumper clear. 1 space is in the clear, 2nd place. Now we can start running down J-Mutt. Cam almost dived it in a little bit deep there. Moving back here, Will Phaser, the first one to pit. Trying to do a big undercut, it seems, on the rest of the field. Or if he sustained damage, not entirely sure. Like 1 space slowly pulling away from Camel. So, oh, Hannibal more spinning out. Okay, the game doesn't know which camera angle to do this from. Hannibal waiting for the drivers to go past him, so he's going to fall back into 8th place. That's going to promote Potts up to 5th. After Will, he's in the pits for a good while. Oh no, and now he's just exiting. So as important as as fun as that reverse grid mix-up was, it really hasn't really helped anyone out. Everything kind of went back. Sorry about that. Was checking something. Oh man, I got late real quick, real fast. Realized how late it was. Roking was trying to put some pressure on Big Time Dave in front, but kind of just holding off. A little over a second behind as they go around the last corner. We have another, who's going to be that? It's going to be Hannibal going into the pits. Second driver to do so. So everyone finding their own groove, it seems. So we were unable to do this last race because there's always some type of battle going on. So let's do a good old crank it up with a one space. So let's go ahead and ride on board with him. All right, enjoy the roars of the GT1 Panos. Beautiful ride around with one space. Love to hear the roar of that Panos engine. It's absolutely beautiful. But now we have a battle for 6th and 7th. Big Time Dave and Roking have gotten back into it. The one space has been constantly lapping much faster. Much faster than J-Mutt, so very easy for him. He'll slowly catch up, so we may see a lead change here in the next lap or two. It's Blitz going back into the pits, so I wonder what's going on with the Blitz machine. Roking trying to get around Big Dave. Big Dave doing really good holding his own. Oh, Roking kind of diving in. Big Dave kind of lobbed the head off the corner pretty much, diving in. Roking diving on in there, closes up just a little bit. Can he get the better run off of turn one? It looks like he does. Trying to get into the draft and diving on into turn 3. Can he get it done? Oh, not quite. Big Time Dave moving to the inside to defend. Road King. Can he hold around the outside? Yes, he can. He does make the move for 6th position. Big move, but can he hold on to it now? Big move. Looks like Big Time Dave falling down to the wayside of Road King. So let's go back here. This is for 9th and 10th. 2 Group A cars. Will Phaser. He went to pit in first. He's now up to 9th place. I don't know if that was a scheduled pit stop or if he had some damage that he had to fix. So we're kind of keep an eye on that battle as one space. Well, he was up there. Then looks like might have been a little bit of a slip, it seems. Coming out of turn 4 there. So J-Mutt still has a little bit of room to breathe. But there still is a long way to go. Old Bear and Big Time Dave going into the pits. They're going to be making their first pit stops. It looks like the leaders will be doing the same as well. So it looks like we can expect about 2 more pit stops or so. Question is, will they go in for tires in their next pit stop, or they're just going to stay straight fuel? Yeah, so once again, Hannibal and Will Phaser both have gone in to pit, but they are pretty dang far behind, almost nearly a lap down. Say about 3/4 of a lap down, so they're not going to be making much gain on the leaders, it seems. Both drivers are going in the pits. Camel into the pits as well. Dragon showing churning his night around. First race of the night didn't go according to plan. Just looks like he's had a hard time in general, but here he is in 4th position. So he's going to dive on into the pits as well. Yes, he will. So we will expect everyone except Will, Phaser, and Hannibal Moore. But they are just too far behind. That's really not going to matter all that much. And J-Mutt's going to come out, followed by 1 space. And then Camel on his way out as well. So all the first set of pit stops are pretty much done and over with. Here comes Big Time Dave, trying to get back into the top 10 in points. All positions are awarded points from 1st to 16th. Road King saying there for, nope, he is off now. It looks like that he may get passed by Will. Yes, he does. So Will Phaser getting around Hannibal. Can Hannibal make the pass going around turn 1? He can, so he will be into 7th place. Road King falling down to 8th position. So that has mixed things up quite a bit. 1 space was a good second or so, but he is falling down big time. So I wonder what happened. Once again, we're getting Camel and 1 space action. Yeah, 1 space has definitely fallen off, and I didn't even see the move that was made, but the Camel now in 2nd place, trying to run down J-Mutt. J-Mud is just gone, but still early enough in the race. 38 minutes to go. Oh, one space going into the pits. Looks like he might have some damage. I believe he will. This will give him a chance to really fill up for the rest of the race, it may seem. But he's going to get some damage fixed. As the pit crew telling us nothing on what's going on. Battle for 7th. Row King's car floating on air. There he is. Riding on board. Very, very smooth transitions down into turn 1. Row King being a little bit cautious there going into turn 3. Letting Hannibal kind of pull away from him for a bit. As there's a levitating Panos. There's another one. This must be the tracking game. It looks absolutely silly. Nothing I can do about that. The big time Dave trying to get into the top 10. It's going to be interesting though. One space in 5th position. He should have enough fuel to make it to the end, it seems. If so, it may be close. He may have to make a last, like, 5 minutes to go splash and dash. But if cars will have to pit for tires, if he went to pit for tires, he should be good. Oh, big spin! Row King and Hannibal get into it. It's going to allow Old Bear to get around. Once again, Big Time Dave and DJ battling around the outside. Big Time Dave goes into the sand. Taking a quick trip to the beach. I hope he didn't forget his pail and shovel. Camel lapping a little bit quicker than J-Mutt. Jay must get a really good setup car, it seems. Keeping up to snuff with the faster guys for sure. One space definitely has his work cut out for him. I mean, he's still sitting really quick laps. I believe the fastest lap he set was a 152.9. I'm sorry, 152.7. And is absolutely just blazing through the field tonight. Going back down, this is a battle position for 10th still. Big Time Dave definitely has the faster car than DJ, but just got thwarted by himself, trying to push a little bit too wide and getting in the sand, slowing him down, but he has definitely caught back up. 6/10, 7/10 down from DJ. One Space's lap was a 154.2, and the 2 liters 153.9 and a 153.8. Might as well call it a 153.9 for Camel. How close that is, but here comes Big Time Dave. There's DJ defending the inside line. Oh yes, that does help. That does kind of compromise your exit line there, because you tend to go inside in, and then you kind of drift out as you hit that apex, which allows the driver behind you who came in the regular line to get the proper apex going in. So side by side. Well, it seemed like side by side from that angle. I do apologize. It's close. Very, very close indeed. Oh, some contact. DJ losing the rear end a little bit. And Big Time Dave nailing the rear end of DJ. Let's go on board with Big Time Dave. As he tries to chase down the floating Panos of DJ. Around the outside, maybe. Oh, he squeezes him in there. Side by side, go around the last corner. I think Big Time Dave can get it. Yes, he does, but here comes DJ trying to go for the switchback, diving deep down. Oh, looks like he's got the grip. It's close. DJ with a little cheeky flash. Big Time Dave with the flash back. Very erratic moves from DJ, trying to get Big Time Dave to make some type of error, as DJ actually forces himself into error by running wide. Going back up now. One Space trying to close in the gap on Potts. Yeah, leaders are going to have to start making pit stops here in about 5 or so laps, it seems. One Space should have enough to make it to the end. And if so, it's going to be very, very close. So it's going to be interesting to see if the drivers will need to take tires or not. We're halfway done. Cross flags are in the air. One Space trying to throw some distraction. Trying to get Potts to overcook into the corner, lose the rear end, anything to help out One Space catch up to the field. And he's lapping a little bit more than a second quicker than Jama last lap, and here comes One Space on the inside, and he's going to get clear. That's going to be a One Space off into, I would say, the sunset, but rather the rising sun here at BRNO, starting dark. And actually looks like oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. Road King and Will Phaser now battling it out. Pot's still on, trying to still be on One Space's case. I looked close there for a second. I had to pan over there to see if there's going to be any sudden moves, but it doesn't look like it. Road King with a little bit less fuel, so he's going to be one of the first ones to pit in, it seems. Yep, he's going to be one of the first ones to pit in for sure. I mean, Potts is still right there. He still has a decent enough shot. One Space just pulled away pretty much right then and there. And we're going into the pits. Can Road King make the pass? And he can't because Will looped it around. Looks like Old Bear might be able to get close enough to challenge for the position now. So lucky for Road King, unlucky for Will Phaser. But Road King's gonna have to pit the next upcoming laps, which should be the last pit stops of the night. Camel still lapping about a second faster. Road King and Will Phaser both going into the pits, which may be their last pit stop. I think it might be. It's going to be close again. It's going to be very, very close on fuel. But Camel has been slowly closing in, like a python wrapping around, just slowly sucking in. Actually, J-Mutt's going into the pits. Camel staying out. Question is J-Mutt going to get tires? What about One Space? Where is he going to come out after all this? He's definitely going to be closer, but One Space is really going to have to pick up the pace if he wants another shot at a victory here tonight. He's really going to have to pick up the pace. Dragon in P3 though. But that may fall down. He may fall down. Yep. J-Mutt 23 seconds behind Camel. Camel's gonna have to. I mean, he may elect to stay out until the very, very end, until he has to come in for fuel. I don't think Camel was expecting J-Mutt to pit in that early. Not a single battle in sight. Friendly reminder that next week it's going to be the Red Bull Ring GP with these cars. It's going to be as Camel does go into the pits. It's going to be a much longer race. Only one race for the night, about an hour and a half or so. So it's going to be a good one. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, give us a like if you haven't. And click that bell to let you know when we go live. Also, if you want to join, just message this man right here, the Camel, on PSN for more details. You're going to have a PlayStation 4 and the game Project Cars too. So J-Mike getting the jump on Camel still. Looks like Camel's actually lost time. In one space now up to 4th position. 12 seconds down from J-Mike. Camel getting around Dragon. He's going to have to pit soon. I mean, it's going to be a race. It's going to be one of those another developing races, just like last race. As a Will Facer and Road King, they're battling it out now for 9th and 10th. The sun is starting to peek its head now. It's no longer pitch black as it once was. And it looks like Dragon has lost control of his car somewhere for that rather tight section, and that's allowed one space to make the move up into P3. So now he gets to hunt down the top 2 drivers. Fortunately for Will Fazer, he's not one of the 3. But he does have a faster car than Road King. They're actually also closing in. These two slowly closing on DJ, who's sitting in 7th, which is really not bad for him, as Dragon goes into the pits. But he's going to have to go into the pits. He's going to be falling down to the wayside. But he should come out 9th, it seems. Will Fazer getting close. It's going to be very interesting to see how the cars handle this night-day transition. Oh, DJ loops it. Just saw the pressure was getting a little bit too much. He may have some damage there. Looks like he'll be coming into the pits this time around. Dragon showing really good, but he's going to have to pit. Oh, I'm sorry, did he really get out of the pit? Yeah, he sure did. Huh. Okay, the game doesn't like that apparently. Yeah, okay, so Big Time Dave going into pit. Along with DJ Vixen. Camel setting a 153.8 to J-Mutt's 154.6. What about one space? He's been kind of stagnant, it seems. 155, yeah, he's lost time to J-Mutt. And he's lost a big chunk of time to Camel as he gets in a little bit of lap traffic there, maneuver his way around the long way. Not the exact line that he wanted to take. He's got to get a move on. 18 minutes to go. Less than 18 minutes to go. It's about 9 or so laps to go. Jama trying to turn his luck around tonight. Campbell trying to prevent that from happening. One space trying to push, trying to get that opportunity to win. And he's definitely increased his gap to one space by another second or so. So one space. His car hasn't exactly been performing the way that he wants it to. Camel lapped a little bit faster, 153.7 to 154.2. Driver should be fine with fuel, 16 minutes to go. Battle for 10th and 11th now. Big Time Dave and DJ Vixen. Big Time Dave going hard off, and DJ looks like he's having a hard time really controlling his car. But a big checkup indeed to prevent any damage done. So unfortunately for Big Time Dave, he has fallen to the wayside to DJ yet again. Dave and DJ, they've been having some good scraps throughout the race. So I do expect Dave to catch back up for sure. Looks like he's already making up quite a bit of time. Looks like having a hard time in the, uh-oh, here we go. The wrench has been thrown in. There is rain starting to fall on the circuit. And the Camel has caught up significantly now. But here's the thing. How long can these cars hold out in the rain? The sun is out. The rain's starting to fall. So the track's going to be getting pretty slick. Especially on those slick tires. And because you got all that rubber, all that hot rubber that the rain's going to hit, it's going to make it slick and slippery. So expect the drivers to start coming for wet tires here. In about 2 to 3 laps time. Are we going to see any big time moves from the leaders? If anything, this is really going to hurt one space. Unless if one space has his car set for the rain. But even so, it's going to be a last 10-minute dash to really get up in there. Here we go. They're getting on the home stretch. J-Mutt's staying out for another lap. And so is Camel, which is what I expect them to. But I think next lap it's going to be who's going to come in first. Who's going to be the first one to bite. There's even one space going to start coming in. One space is the first car to come in for wet. So it's gonna be no fuel, or he might put in just a little bit just to be sure, but he's gonna be the first one to put on wet tires. Of course, the game doesn't give us any pit crew action. That's unfortunate. So you may see one space kind of struggle for a little bit, but that's because the tires may warm up quicker. He's definitely going to have more grip, but he's going to be a little bit slower. That is until water starts accumulating on the track, and then that's when those wet tires are really going to kick into play. There, see one space just kind of struggling with dealing with this new type of grip for the time being. Minutes to go. So we have about 5 or 4 laps to go. If I was one space, I think I would just let Potts go ahead and go on by, knowing that Potts has to pit for wets. Only slowing him down. Let's go on board with Potts so we can see the raindrops kind of hit his windshield. Once you start to see the spray, that's when you really kind of once you see the spray, then you're really gonna start to see the guys with slicks start to struggle. I know one space is the guy struggling right now. Just a lot of grip but not a lot of speed. And Will Phaser, he's going in. He's worked his way up back to the top 5. But Camel's still pushing. Are they going in? No, they're not. Still staying out. Their lap times have fallen off. Looks like there's still some grip to be found on those slicks. One space still trying to battle with Potts. If I was one space now, I would just race my race. Coming up on 8 minutes to go, and I think the question here, since it's so late in the race, is that are wets worth it? Because are they really? So I don't know if One Space made the right call or not. He didn't take on any fuel, it seems. If so, it was only a little bit. I mean, it seems to be falling away from Potts. But here comes Camel. Going uphill. Trying to close the gap. He's been chasing Jama all race long. And still nothing. No bite from any of the leaders. I think One Space may have messed up. They get around the lap car. One spins. No cars collected, so don't know if that's because of just over revving or if that's because the track is starting to become tough to drive. On board with the Camel. Two Group A cars battling it out. Camel crashing into the tires. I don't know how much damage that's going to put on him. I think Jama may have gotten a break. Camel is all over the place. Camel may have steering damage. This is huge. Crash right into the... Oh yeah, he's having a hard time keeping a straight line. Let's go on board inside the cockpit. Yeah, he's having a hard time keeping it straight. Yep, it's veering to the right. He has steering damage at the worst time. He was just closing in on J-Mutt. And is it even worth? I don't think so. They're both pitting in. So this is interesting. I think J-Mutt still might come out ahead. Oh man, Potts goes around. That's going to allow One Space to get up in there, and J-Mutt's going to come out. And oh my goodness, what a heartbreak. No, he's out, which means it's either the damage was light, but I mean, it's still a big time loss. So he had to fix the damage, and I think he may have lost this race because of that. What about J-Mutt? J-Mutt's gone around. He's gone into the grass. This is going to be interesting to see what happens. One Space is caught up now due to those drivers, but J-Mutt is driving gingerly, being very ginger, being very, very light-footed. I mean, yeah, he's pussyfooting around it now. Just being very, very easy, very, very gentle. His Pot's going into the pits. So yeah, it looks like these... I don't think... I don't know if they pit for wets or not. It's going to be very hard to gauge if they did. Because there's no spray. That's kind of my cue, is when I start to hear spray from the car. Road King going into pit. That's going to promote 6-foot Dragons up to 5th. A little under 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. So we should have 2 more laps to go. The rain is definitely starting to pick up now. But if one space didn't have those offs, it would have been close, because he is catching up to Camel quick, it seems. There's the spray coming up now. This is J Mutt's race to throw away. He just has to keep it nice and easy. Yeah, one space is catching up, but it's too little too late. Yeah, there's a spray. So yeah, they must have gone in for wets. Looks like J-Mutt may have to do another lap. Doesn't look like the Camel's car was designed to race in the wet. Looks like he may have had a dry setup. And most definitely one space has had it hooked up. Came in early. And that cost him some time. Definitely, I think if he would have waited a little bit more, it could have been another story. Who knows? J-Mutt coming around the last corner. White flag is in the air. Yeah, Camel is definitely falling back, but one space might be a little too late. But white flag is in the air. J-Mutt just needs to get around about 7 more turns. And you should have it made. But for the time being, this is battle for position. 6th and 7th, Road King and Will Phaser. Oh, Will Phaser getting a little bit off. That's going to allow Road King to scooch on ahead. Following J-Mutt now through the penultimate corner, and then finally the last corner, and J-Mutt leading the race early on. He's going to win the 1 hours of BRNO after holding off a hard-charging Camel. And who knows how close it would have been if Camel didn't go into the tire barrier. It would have been close because Camel, he could have made the pass. But here comes Camel. Crossing the line in second place. Still a solid points day for him. But here comes one space. Just started getting his car. Whoa, getting a little bit too tail happy there. And he's going to get the bottom step of the podium in third place. Potts in fourth, Dragon in fifth. Potts can keep it steady. There'll be another solid top 5 for Potts, which will be huge for him. Potts finished fifth last race. Fourth place would be huge to him. 6-foot Dragon, top 5, turning his luck around tonight. Potts coming around the last corner. He's going to get a top 5 position. Look at that. Solid performance from Potts. And here comes 6-foot Dragon. He's going to get a top 5 position as well. So absolutely huge, huge win for J-Mutt. Camel in second, one space in third. Potts with a very, very impressive finish in fourth place, and then DTF 6 Dragons rule in fifth place. Absolutely massive for Dragon to turn his luck around after round 3. So huge, huge moves. Road King in 6th, Will Phaser in 7th, Blitz in 8th. And great job to you, Potts. Huge, huge points day for you. Top 5 and a 4th place. Absolutely big, big, big. Blitz in 8th, Big Time Dave in 9th, Hannibal Moore in 10th, DJ in 11th, and then Old Bear in 12th. I want to give a huge shout out to all the drivers tonight. We started off with 12 in both races and ended with 12, so absolutely huge, just massive, massive stuff. That no one's internet was wonky. My internet wasn't wonky, so that was huge. So, wow. Well, while we wait for Camel to finish up all of the bonus points and whatnot, which I think the bonus points for Group A. Oh, never mind. All right, so I want to get the top 3 in here. Message in that. So Camel, since you're the first one in here, first of all, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So you were closing in on J-Mutt, and then those dang old tire barriers just ruined your race, it seems. How bad was the damage? Because it looks like you had to stay in there a little extra longer than J-Mutt did.
Yeah, it was 27 on the left front and on the suspension, and 10 on the front arrow.
Yeah, so I mean,
I was adjusting a strategy, man, just so simple, and make a stupid mistake like that. Just work my hind end off trying to catch him and run it through there, but you know, got to be perfect sometimes with these races. You know, I mean, all the congratulations to him. He ran a really solid race there. So you know, hated to see one space kind of get, you know, have his misfortunes again. But you know, it left me and Mutt to fight for it a little bit. Not much of a battle, but could have been really exciting here at last lap or two. But it just wasn't to be, man.
yeah, and that's unfortunate because it was a tail slowly developing. You know, J-Mo was just dominating all race long, and then Camel, you know, you were just kind of just slowly nipping at his time, lap by lap, just kind of shaving it down. And you know, I thought it was gonna be close, and then just saw the tire stack flying, and I know from experience that hitting that or a bale of hay can just really ruin, just really kind of ruin your day. But still a solid points pool from you today. First at Portimao in Portugal, and then here in Brno in the Czech Republic in second place. And still a second place and still a huge points haul. So thanks again for hosting and putting on this event. And congrats on the second place. So let's move down to third place. One space. You had the car dialed up for the for looks like the rain setup. You really had it going in the last end. And do you wish that you could have stayed out a little bit longer to pit for wets, or did you feel like that was the right time to pit for wets?
No, I had to. As soon as the rain came out, I knew it would be my best bet to take wets. But I was hoping for no rain because I had to make that extra pit stop, and they put on wet tires. My first pit stop, so I came in again and took slicks, ran those down, and then it started raining. I was hoping for no rain because I was running mean and normal good wrecks, and I was going to make it the rest of the way without hitting. I like seeing no rain.
Yeah.
Glad with the podium all that.
Podium is always nice, and it's a dang shame that we didn't see another fierce kind of three-way battle up top. The field was kind of spread out there a bit, but still a solid run. You had quite a good battle with Potts when you first came out of the pits there, and unfortunately, it didn't exactly go his way. So, solid third place, good solid points day, and we'll see you next week at the Red Bull Ring. All right. So the winner for round 3 for the Hour of Brno, it is J Mutt. Man, you had the best car all night. You were constantly consistent, even when you had Camel slowly closing in on you, and you just kind of kept it under pressure. You had your strategy set up just right, and then came on in, did your strategy. Man, how did you manage that pressure coming from Camel before you guys went into pit?
Yeah, I could tell he was closing in on me quite a bit. Just trying to manage that gap, and wasn't sure, how much he was closing in. Really, I was just trying to not, lock up the brakes and get into the corners too hot. Just trying to hit my marks, and he really closed in on me right there at the very end, and I saw him hit the tire stack, and I thought for sure he had some damage. I didn't think it would be as extensive as he said just a moment ago, but I knew if I could pit before him, or pit in front of him, to get wets, I thought, maybe I could hold on, and fortunately for me, he had to stay there and fix damage, so it just worked out. It was a good solid race. Did some different combos with hard and soft tires to try to maximize my grip versus temperature on the track, and just managed to hang out there and get to win.
Well, congrats on the win. That was absolutely huge, being to hold off Camel for the giant that Camel is on the track. Definitely a huge looming presence, especially when he's closing up on your rear bumper. So, big old congrats to you. And we don't have time to get to 4th and 5th, unfortunately, but I do want to give a big shout out to Potts for 4th. He's been consistent all season long so far. And then Dragon turned his luck around tonight. I didn't exactly have the best run in round 2, but turned around, got a top 5, so congrats to him. And that's going to be it for a good night of racing. Next week we're going to be at the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix layout. It's going to be an absolute blast. A lot of long straightaway, a lot of drafting, and plenty of overtaking opportunities for sure for these drivers. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens of that. But that's going to be it for the Camel Premier Racing League tonight. I'm William the Zebra Alcala signing off. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that like button, and then make sure to hit that bell for notifications for when we go live. So we will see you